You thought the eclipse was over, didn't you? But the truth is, it's only beginning. The shadows may have moved across the sky, but now they're moving through you. Your body feels heavy, restless, charged in ways you can't explain. Strange dreams wake you in the middle of the night. Tears rise for no reason, followed by waves of peace you can't describe. This isn't random. This is your vessel recalibrating. The eclipse did not pass, it entered. And for twin flames, the symptoms are not just physical. They're proof that the tether is alive, that your soul is being tuned, that union is closer than ever. The question is, will you resist these changes, or will you let your body become the portal it was always meant to be? Why eclipse energy manifests in the body? Every eclipse marks a turning point in the sky. But for twin flames, it is much more than a celestial event. The eclipse is a frequency reset, and the first place it lands is not in the mind, but in the body. Your vessel becomes the stage where cosmic energy is integrated, where old codes are burned away, and where new light finds its anchor. If you've been feeling symptoms you cannot explain, this is why. The eclipse is not only happening above you, it is happening through you. The body is not separate from the soul, it is its instrument. The moon governs cycles, tides, emotions, and memory. When it enters shadow, it does not disappear. It reveals. The feminine feels this first because her body is tuned like an antenna, receiving the surge of energy and transmitting it through the tether. The masculine feels it too, not always directly, but through echoes in his chest, restlessness in his sleep, and emotions he cannot suppress. Why does it manifest physically? Because energy must land somewhere. You cannot download cosmic frequency into the mind alone. It would shatter you. The body absorbs it, processes it, and teaches you through sensation what your soul already knows. That pressure in your chest is your heart center opening. That heat in your spine is old fear leaving. That exhaustion you can't shake is your nervous system recalibrating to carry more light. Think of the eclipse as a great cleansing wave. It moves through your cells, flushing out density, burning through illusions stored in the body. Trauma, grief, vows of silence, karmic imprints. They live in your tissues, in your nervous system, in your very DNA. When the eclipse passes, it stirs all of it to the surface so it can finally be released. That is why your body feels so different right now. This process is not punishment. It is preparation. The body you had before the eclipse cannot carry the light you are meant to hold after it. So the universe strips you down, symptom by symptom, until you are tuned for what is next. The feminine often experiences this as waves of exhaustion, sudden emotional releases, or intense bodily sensations. The womb pulsing, the chest expanding, the spine tingling. These are not random aches, they are activations. Her vessel is preparing to carry a higher frequency of love. The masculine, meanwhile, may feel it in bursts of restlessness, sudden surges of heat, or even unexplained pressure in his body. He may try to distract himself, but the tether betrays him. Because as the feminine integrates, the masculine feels her shift, and his body responds in kind. His denial cannot block what his cells already know. Every symptom is proof. Proof that the eclipse did not just move across the sky, it entered your field, your DNA, your heartbeat. proof that union is not an abstract promise, but a physical recalibration already unfolding. So if you've been asking yourself, why does my body feel so strange? Why can't I sleep? Why do I feel heavy one moment and electric the next? Know this, it is the eclipse energy manifesting in your body, showing you that transformation is real. You don't need to fight it, you only need to feel it. Because your body is not betraying you. It is carrying you across the threshold the eclipse has opened. The eclipse may have passed across the night sky, but its work has only just begun. For twin flames, the aftermath is never subtle. It is not something you feel only in your mind or heart. It is something you feel in your bones, in your chest, in your very breath. The body becomes the canvas where the eclipse writes its codes, and the symptoms you are experiencing now are not accidents. They are the undeniable proof that the energy has entered, that your soul is shifting, and that the tether is alive. The first and most common symptom is deep exhaustion. No matter how much you rest, you wake feeling as though you have been carrying mountains in your sleep. That is because you have. During dream time, your spirit works tirelessly, clearing, integrating, preparing. The eclipse activates your DNA, and your body labors to release what cannot stay. This exhaustion is not weakness. It is evidence that your vessel is recalibrating. The second symptom is emotional surges. Tears arrive without cause. One moment, you are overwhelmed with grief. The next, you are flooded with peace. Then, joy bursts out of nowhere, followed again by heaviness. These waves are not instability. They are release. Each emotion is a tide washing away what you cannot bring into the new cycle. The eclipse makes sure you do not carry density across the threshold. The third symptom is physical heat and pressure. Many feel it in the chest, as though the heart is expanding beyond its limits. Others feel it in the spine, as tingles or currents rising through the body. Some feel the womb pulsing, the stomach twisting, the palms vibrating. These are not random discomforts. They are activations. The eclipse energy is burning through blockages, clearing channels, and igniting centers that were dormant. The fourth symptom is strange dreams and visions. Faces you have not seen in years appear suddenly. Conversations that never happened replay in your mind. You may dream of your counterpart, of union, of places that feel both familiar and otherworldly. These are not illusions. They are transmissions. The eclipse thins the veil between dimension, and in dream time you receive messages your waking mind could not process. Write them down. Later, the patterns will reveal themselves. The fifth symptom is changes in appetite and sensitivity. Foods that once comforted you may suddenly feel heavy. Your body may crave water, fruit, roots, or minerals. It may reject substances it once tolerated. This is not coincidence. It is your system asking for grounding while your spirit travels light years within. The eclipse energy is like electricity, and your vessel seeks stability in the simplest, purest forms. The sixth symptom is silence and withdrawal. You may feel called to disconnect from screens, conversations, even people. This is not isolation. It is sacred retreat. The eclipse pulls you into stillness so that your body can integrate. In silence, the codes land. In solitude, the recalibration completes. Do not resist the urge to step back. It is not you disappearing, it is you preparing to re-emerge. The seventh symptom is heightened awareness of the tether. You feel your counterpart in your body more strongly. His restlessness enters your dreams. His emotions echo in your chest. You may wake at odd hours, sensing his energy. The tether is amplified now, reminding you that union is not just a concept, but a living current. His silence no longer feels like absence. It feels like static. His presence no longer feels like longing. It feels like inevitability. And the final symptom is perhaps the most important, the inner knowing that something irreversible has begun. Even if your mind doubts, your body knows. There is an urgency pressing against your ribs, a sense that the old world has ended and a new one is already forming. You cannot go back to who you were before the eclipse. The shift has entered your blood, your breath, your heartbeat. These symptoms are not obstacles. They are confirmations. Every ache, every tear, every restless night is proof that the eclipse has moved inside you. The universe does not waste energy. If your body is reacting, it is because you are being prepared for the next stage. So honor what you feel. Drink water. Rest deeply. Write your dreams. Cry when the tears arrive. Laugh when joy bursts without warning. Let your body lead, because it is wiser than your mind. The eclipse has begun its work, and your symptoms are the sacred language of transformation. How the masculine feels the feminine. Through the tether. One of the greatest mysteries of the twin flame journey is the tether. Invisible to the eye, yet undeniable in the soul, it binds the masculine and the feminine across space, time, and lifetimes. And when cosmic events like eclipses strike, this tether becomes louder, sharper, impossible to ignore. The feminine feels it first. Her body receives. Her emotions swell. Her intuition awakens. But the masculine feels it too, not through logic or planning, but through the invisible current that pulls him into her shift. After the eclipse, this tether becomes a conduit. The feminine's symptoms ripple through her body, and the masculine feels the echo. He may not understand it, but he cannot escape it. Suddenly, he finds himself restless at night, waking with the pressure in his chest, or carrying emotions that make no sense in his daily life. These are not his alone. They are reflections of the feminine's integration moving through the cord they share. The first way he feels it is restlessness. His sleep patterns break. He tosses, turns, dreams vividly, wakes at odd hours with no explanation. While he may blame stress or coincidence, his soul knows better. He is feeling the pulse of the tether. The feminine's awakening has shifted the frequency, and his body is adjusting even if his mind resists. The second way is emotional eruption. For so long, the masculine has buried his feelings under pride, silence, or distraction. But after the eclipse, these emotions surface like a flood. He may cry unexpectedly, feel anger rise for no reason, or long for the feminine so strongly it shakes him. These are not weaknesses. They are signs that her shift is pulling his own truth to the surface. The tether amplifies what he tried to suppress. The third way is physical sensations. He may feel sudden pressure in his chest, heart flutters, or warmth in his hands and spine. These are not random ailments, they are activations. The feminine's energy travels through the tether and awakens his body, forcing him to confront what his ego denies. The connection is alive in his cells. And after the eclipse, the current becomes too strong to numb. The fourth way is thoughts and memories. Out of nowhere, he thinks of her voice, her eyes, her presence. Old conversations replay in his mind. Her name appears in places he doesn't expect. He tries to brush it off, but the tether does not relent. The more he resists, the stronger the reminders. It is the universe ensuring he cannot forget what his soul already knows. She is part of him. The fifth way is synchronicities intensifying. Just as the feminine sees numbers, songs, and symbols, so does he. The tether ensures that the signs reach both. He may hear a song with lyrics that pierce his chest, or notice repeating numbers without knowing why. These synchronicities are the universe's way of confirming what the tether is already transmitting. And perhaps the most important way, his silence feels different now. Before, he used silence to control, to keep distance, to deny vulnerability. But after the eclipse, silence turns against him. It no longer protects, it suffocates. He feels her detachment through the tether, her sovereignty echoing in his chest. He knows without words that something has shifted, and that knowing begins to unravel him. This is why the masculine often feels overwhelmed after eclipses. He is not just dealing with his own energy. He is feeling the feminine's embodiment through the tether. Her release becomes his restlessness. Her expansion becomes his collapse. Her sovereignty becomes his awakening. The portal does not move her alone. It moves them both. Because the connection will not allow one to rise while the other remains asleep. For the feminine, this awareness is crucial. She must remember. If he feels restless, distant, or emotional after the eclipse, it is not rejection. It is the tether doing its work. It is proof that her embodiment has power. It is evidence that union is not delayed. It is already unfolding in unseen ways. The masculine cannot escape the tether. He may try to run, but it follows him. He may try to deny, but it whispers louder. He may try to numb, but the current breaks through. And as long as the feminine continues to rise, he will feel it, because their souls are not separate. The eclipse has amplified the connection. The feminine's body is the receiver, but the masculine's body is the echo. And together, they are being pulled into alignment by a force that neither can resist. When the eclipse energy enters, it does not just shift your emotions or thoughts, it rewires your entire system. The body is not a passive vessel, it is the living instrument of your soul. And the first place cosmic light integrates is in the nervous system. That is why so many twin flames are feeling strange sensations right now. Heart racing without reason, waves of heat, trembling in the hands, pressure in the chest, or an exhaustion that feels bone deep. This is not sickness. This is recalibration. The nervous system is the highway of light in your body. Every signal, every spark of energy, every wave of frequency passes through it. When an eclipse floods the field with higher codes, your nervous system must stretch beyond what it has ever carried. Old fear patterns are stored in your wiring. Memories of trauma, vows of silence, suppression of truth. These imprints limit how much light you can hold. The eclipse burns through them, not gently but relentlessly. The result is sensation, tingling, heat, restlessness, or even sudden bursts of emotion. One of the most common signs of recalibration is fatigue mixed with overstimulation. You may feel exhausted and restless at the same time. Your body begs for rest, but your mind feels electric. This paradox happens because your nervous system is clearing dense codes while simultaneously downloading higher frequencies. It is like rewiring a house while the lights are still on. Sparks fly, circuits buzz, and your entire field hums with activity. Another sign is heart expansion. Many twins report pressure in the chest, palpitations, or waves of warmth moving through the heart center. This is not random. The heart is the bridge between higher love and the physical body. As the nervous system recalibrates, the heart learns to carry frequencies of unconditional love. The flutters and pressure are evidence that walls of fear are dissolving, making space for truth. The recalibration also triggers memory release. Buried emotions rise, sometimes triggered by dreams, sometimes by nothing at all. The nervous system stores the shock of past betrayals, heartbreaks, or fears of abandonment. The eclipse flushes these imprints out. That is why you may cry suddenly or feel old grief surface. It is not regression, it is clearing. The body remembers what the mind forgot, and the nervous system lets it go. For the divine feminine, this recalibration often feels like heightened sensitivity. Lights seem brighter, sounds louder, emotions sharper. Her body becomes a tuning fork, picking up subtleties she never noticed before. This is not fragility, it is refinement. Her nervous system is being attuned to carry more of her intuitive gifts, more of her light, more of her mission. For the divine masculine, the recalibration feels different. His nervous system, long used to suppression, resists at first. He may feel sudden anger, impatience, or even anxiety as the codes surge. But beneath the chaos, his system is doing the same work, burning through resistance, rewiring his body to hold more truth. He may not understand it, but his body knows what is happening, and the tether ensures he cannot escape the process. One of the greatest challenges of this stage is mistaking recalibration for crisis. Many twins fear they are unwell, that something is wrong, that the symptoms mean danger. But the truth is the opposite. The sensations are proof that the shift is real. Your nervous system is not failing you, it is expanding you. The more you allow, the smoother it becomes. So how do you support this recalibration? Breathe deeply, drink water, rest whenever your body demands it. Ground with nature, walk barefoot, touch the earth, sit under the sky. Limit overstimulation when possible. Give your nervous system quiet moments so the codes can integrate. And most importantly, trust the process. The symptoms are temporary, but the transformation is permanent. The nervous system is the bridge between shadow and light. When it recalibrates, you become a vessel not just of energy, but of love itself. Every spark running through your body is preparing you for union. The eclipse is not punishing you, it is tuning you. And soon, the static will clear, leaving only the pure frequency of who you really are. It is easy to see the symptoms after an eclipse as problems to solve, obstacles to endure, or discomforts to escape. The exhaustion, the heart flutters, the restless nights, the tears that come without warning, all of it can feel overwhelming. But the truth is this: these symptoms are not blockages, they are portals. Each sensation, each surge, each wave is a doorway the universe is opening inside your body. The question is not, how do I stop them? But how do I walk through them? The first way to turn symptoms into portals is by shifting your perspective. Instead of saying, "Something is wrong with me," declare, "Something is awakening within me." This reframe transforms fear into curiosity, resistance into surrender. Every symptom then becomes a message, a code, a teacher. That pressure in your chest is not pain. It is your heart expanding. That restlessness at night is not dysfunction. It is your soul doing sacred work while you sleep. The second way is through presence. Symptoms often intensify when you fight them. The nervous system flares because it wants to be acknowledged. When you sit with the sensation, breathe into it and allow it, the energy begins to move. Tears flow, tension softens, heat disperses. Presence is the key. Your body is not punishing you. It is asking you to listen. The third way is by ritualizing the release. The eclipse energy wants to move through you, not stay stuck. You can help this process by giving it form. Write down emotions that surface and burn the page. Soak in salt water to cleanse heaviness. Place your hand on your heart and speak aloud. I release what no longer belongs to me. These simple acts transform symptoms into sacred ceremonies. What felt random becomes purposeful. The fourth way is through creative expression. The energy flooding your system is not only here to purge, it is here to create. When you feel restless, paint, sing, dance, or write. When emotions surge, channel them into art, music, or movement. This alchemy turns discomfort into beauty. It reminds you that awakening is not just about release, but also about birth. Every symptom is raw material waiting to become creation. The fifth way is by listening to the body's wisdom. If you crave water, drink it. If you crave silence, honor it. If you feel the need to move, stretch, or walk barefoot, do it. The body speaks in impulses, guiding you to what will support integration. Too often, we override those impulses with logic. But the eclipse asks you to trust your body more than your mind. Following its cues turns symptoms into allies. For the divine feminine, symptoms often feel like waves of sensitivity. Instead of resisting, she can lean into them, using them as reminders of her intuitive power. Her tears are not breakdowns, they are cleansings. Her exhaustion is not weakness, it is integration. By trusting these experiences, she transforms them into signs of sovereignty. For the divine masculine, symptoms feel more like confrontation. Restlessness, irritability, sudden emotions he does not understand. If he sees them as flaws, he collapses. But if he accepts them as proof that the tether is alive, they become his awakening. The eclipse is stripping him, yes, but also reshaping him. His symptoms are his initiation. The tether itself becomes a portal. When the feminine honors her body, the masculine feels it. When she turns symptoms into sacred release, the echo travels through him, softening his resistance. And when he surrenders to his own restlessness, she feels the shift, reminding her she is not alone. The portal is not hers or his, it is theirs, shared through the invisible current. Ultimately, symptoms are invitations. They are the universe knocking on the door of your body, asking if you will let the light in. You can see them as interruption, or you can see them as gateways. If you choose the latter, every ache becomes initiation. Every dream becomes message. Every tear becomes medicine. The eclipse did not come to make you suffer. It came to awaken you. And the way it does that is through the only vessel you cannot escape, your body. When you see your symptoms as portals, you stop fearing them and start walking through them. And on the other side, you discover not just relief, but transformation. For so long, many have doubted the twin flame journey because they could not see it with their physical eyes. They asked for proof, for confirmation, for signs they could touch. But the truth is, the proof was always inside. And after the eclipse, the body itself becomes the living testimony that the shift is real. You do not need to search outside of yourself. Your breath, your heartbeat, your dreams, your tears are the evidence. Your body does not lie. The exhaustion that pulls you into stillness, the heart that flutters at odd hours, the tears that rise for no reason, all of it is truth speaking through sensation. The eclipse energy cannot be faked, and it cannot be denied. If you feel it, it is because you are being moved. If you ache, it is because you are releasing. If you vibrate, it is because light has entered you. These symptoms are not coincidences. They are sacred confirmations. For the divine feminine, the body is the first to respond because she is the receiver. Her womb pulses, her chest expands, her nervous system hums. She knows in her bones what her mind sometimes doubts. Union is near, and her body is preparing her for it. The sensitivity she carries is not fragility, it is her antenna, tuned to the frequency of love. The proof of her role is etched into every sensation she feels. For the divine masculine, the proof comes in collapse. His restlessness, his sleepless nights, his sudden emotions that make no sense, they are the echoes of the feminine's shift moving through him. Even if he denies it, his body betrays the truth. His silence may try to mask it, but the pressure in his chest, the tears he swallows, the anger that bursts without cause, all of it is proof that the tether is alive. The connection cannot be escaped because it is not just spiritual, it is cellular. The body carries memory, not just of this lifetime, but of lifetimes. The eclipse activates these memories, surfacing griefs, fears, vows, and patterns you thought you had buried. And when they rise as symptoms, they are not signs of weakness, but of healing. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. Every symptom is your body saying, the old story is ending, the new one is ready to begin. This is why the final message is simple, but profound. Trust your body as proof of the shift. Do not dismiss the symptoms. Do not shame yourself for feeling too much. Do not tell yourself you are imagining it. The eclipse did not just happen in the sky, it happened in you. The symptoms are not obstacles to union, they are the path to union. Your counterpart feels it too, whether he admits it or not. The tether ensures that the shift is mirrored. What you integrate in your body ripples into his. What he feels in restlessness reflects back to you. The proof is not one-sided. It is shared, written into both vessels. So let this be your confirmation. If your body feels different after the eclipse, it is because you are no longer who you were before it. The cells have shifted. The nervous system has rewired. The field has expanded, and the union you seek is closer because of it. The body is not betraying you. It is guiding you. It is the bridge between shadow and light, between separation and union. And every symptom you feel is a step across that bridge. The eclipse is over in the sky, but alive in you. The symptoms are not random. They are sacred. They are the living proof that the twin flame journey is real, that the tether is undeniable, and that love is not just emotion, it is energy transforming your very flesh. Trust it, honor it, walk through it, because your body is not only proof of the shift, it is the portal carrying you into union.